in order. Mr. Cowell, will you lead us in our prayer and pray, please?
Dear Heavenly Father, as we come today, we ask for your guidance and your wisdom. Lord, we thank you for the blessing of being able to go and get training, and we thank you for how well we work together as we come together and we meet and deliberate today. That we always do this with our children and our staff first and foremost, and we thank you for the blessings that you bestow upon us, Lord. Lord, as the Christmas season comes along, we thank you for the gift of your Son, Jesus Christ. In your name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Mr. Cowell.
Yes, sir.
Okay. We will have those yes, we will welcome you back. Mr. Superintendent.
Yes, sir. In your package, you should have the information on the ratification vote by the bargaining unit, which passed by 481 to 11. And so I'm very thankful for that. Also in your packet will be the administrative salary schedule, which we're also asking for a 4% increase for confidential and administrative salary increases. And you've had time to look over the packet, and therefore we will give a motion to approve the new salary schedule.
So moved.
Second.
Okay. It's been moved and properly second. We approve this, ratify this contract language. Is there any discussion? Hearing none. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. Ayes have it, motion passes.
Thank you.
I don't want to go all drama king on you here now, but I feel like a yoke has been lifted off this board. That's just my opinion. I want to thank both sides of the bargaining team, and I know how hard they had to work, but I'm serious. I just feel relief. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, everybody have a chance to look over excuse me, Ms. Payment, any more, any additions or corrections to the minute?
Yes, sir, I do happen to have on the regular agenda,
Yes,
page
ma'am.
1, under A, employee status for 2, Jody Gamble, her resignation effective date will be December 10th. And we've got the 6th, but she's changed it to the 10th. And also on B, professional leave request, number 1, to the workshop down in St. Pete, we're going to add Melinda Shinning and Terry Edison. And that's all.
Is that all?
Yes, sir.
Okay, everybody have a chance to look over those? Are we doing all right today?
Did we miss the minutes?
Oh, that's right, I'm sorry.
What we're doing now?
No, I'm sorry. No, I was on the consent agenda. No changes to the minutes. My mistake, I'm sorry.
There we go.
Okay. Do I hear a motion to approve the minutes?
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor, I say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. Motion passes, minutes are approved. Now, going to the consent agenda. Ms. Pam, are there any, are there any changes to the consent agenda?
Yes, sir, the ones I just gave.
All right. All right, anybody got any, Mr. Adams,
No, sir, I don't have anything.
Mr. Cowell?
On the two that you just added, do we differentiate which project they're paid from on that?
Yes, they'll be paid under the race to the top,
Okay.
43401.
Gotcha. Thank you, ma'am.
Ms. Brooks?
No questions, thank you.
Mr. Turner?
Page 1, professional leave request, numbers 1 and number 3. Does it matter if Dr. Hall is going to be in 2 places at one time, or is that just
I'm gonna leave, I can be in 2 places at one time, heal myself, absolutely.
yes, ma'am?
No, on Wednesday, I'm gonna leave a few hours so early to make it back here so that we can depart to head to St. Pete for the RTI meeting.
Well, that was just for bookkeeping information, if it made any difference.
Absolutely.
That was all right.
Yeah.
That's okay, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Turner. I have no questions on the consent agenda.
I'll move approval.
Is there a second? Been moved and properly seconded that we approve the consent agenda. All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed say nay. Motion passes, the consent agenda has been approved. Moving on to superintendent comments and recommendations.
I would anticipate that some of you may have some comments about the master board training and the receiving of the certification, but I personally want to say thank you to each board member for what you've done and to show everyone that we want to be the best we can be. And that was a big step in my opinion, and I'm very proud of this board for the stance that they take. So thank you very much. Asking Dr. Hall if she could be at two places at one time, I got to tell you a little humorous story. After the football game on Friday night down in Orlando, and as y'all know, Trenton won the state championship, and anyway,
Congratulations.
yeah, thank you. Gloria and I had the two younger children, the 4 and the 6-year-old, and so we said, well, we'll help them celebrate too. So we stopped by an ice cream parlor and said, we'll get 2 milkshakes and we'll share the milkshakes. And Colt, the 4-year-old, says, I want to share by myself. I'm sharing with myself. Don't mess with that boy with ice cream. It was a
Future negotiator.
Huh?
He's a future negotiator, so.
Yeah. But the other thing I want to mention is that they have done a lot of work in trying to get the wellness center ready. And I don't know how accessible it is. You may have to go in through the back entranceway because they're laying lime rock and fixing to pave over there. But you know, they've got the interior walls up, and I think they're went to select paint today and painting but the drywall's all done and all of that. So it'll be a close timeline, but they're working very hard, and I'm sure that they will have it done at the proper time. But what my invitation to y'all is that anytime you want to stop by and check out the progress, please feel free to. That's all I got to say. Anybody got any questions of me? We spent the last 3 days together.
We shared buffalo and cow.
Yes, we did.
That's right. Cow's better.
Thank you, Mr. Superintendent.
Thank you.
Mr. Attorney, you have any?
No, sir.
Mr. Asble?
The only thing I have is tonight, Bronson Elementary School is having a spirit night at Depot Brady's in Chiefland. If you're not going to Mr. Hastings or one of the other functions, come on out. Have a chicken wing, and a little portion of that goes to the Bronson Elementary School Safety Patrol. That's all I got.
Thank you, Mr. Asble.
Thank you.
Mr. Cowell?
I also echo the master board, Tina Pinkinson, who did our on-site training here, could have done it without her, and Andrew Messina, who's board development with FSBA, thankful for both of them. The other thing is the contract, which we're obviously, you've already said about feeling like we had the yoke off to us, which is true. I've had about 3 people since between yesterday and this morning that stopped me, waved me as I was dropping my daughter off, and thanked us for what we were able to do with them. And I said, well, we wouldn't have been able to do it without the contribution of our legislature and our governor. And the other thing is the health system. I've had 2 people yesterday stop me that thought what a unique idea this health center was. And I said, pass the word that we just need to get traction of getting people to use it. It's going to be a savings, not only to the district, but also people's own personal pocketbook. So, thank you very much.
I'm really glad to hear that, Mr. Cowell. Maybe that's encouraging, I hope so. Ms. Brookie?
No comments, just one question. Mr. Hastings, from our master board training, I guess it was, a question that I'd sent, that I guess to end our master board training and a follow-up and what we got out of it, main thing, I think I sent a question, just that we as a board wanted to get more feedback and more response to our board meetings from programs and things that we voted on and initiated. So just to keep us updated on those things and things that we voted and spent money on in the past, and can we, have a continual report on things like that.
Yeah, and we do try to give reports, and I think we do a very good job of talking about different things. So last time we talked about Avid and College
Right.
Board,
Right.
but the board is very, forthcoming with different programs, and authorize a lot of money to some of these programs. But the request you had at the last board meeting was Fast Forward, and they
Yeah,
are,
that's right.
they have already started assimilating all that data, and that will be presented to you on the 17th. But certainly, we want to keep y'all informed on it.
Yeah, and you always do, it's just, and then I certainly forget, programs, so it's on the record, or I'll remember, so I'll forget.
Well, and at our agenda meetings, we talk about that too, about who can present at that, because we want you to be an informed board, but not that we remember everything either. So, drop me a line, email, whatever, and we'll certainly try to get it together.
Yeah, they're great, the presentations are always wonderful, just keep them going.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Turner.
At this time.
Well, thank you, Mr. Turner. Thank you, Mr. Turner.
After his mouth surgery.
Maybe I better rethink that.
Yeah.
I just have one thought, and it comes back to the contract settlement. I feel like I want this to kind of let our board feel a little more freedom as far as maybe we can find some more things to help our employees with. And I think that's just me now, maybe I'm just really weird, but I think it'll give us the opportunity to maybe to do some more things to help our employees and all our employees to make them do their job. So that's all I got to say.
It's just like your house budget. There's always more things on the list of what you can afford. But, there is a line of, I want to buy more electronics, more technology, more, things for kids in the classroom and teachers to work with the kids in the classroom. I was thinking the other day, and you haven't started here, so. I was thinking the other day, we used to, for our Christmas cards, for family photos, you hired a professional photographer, they come out, they did all this stuff, and then, and then they took it and developed it, and then they made them cards. And all this process took 2 or 3 weeks, and then you mail it out. This time, they set out in the neighbor's yard, Gloria with an iPhone took the picture, took it down to Walgreens, and within 2 hours, we had, got a little plug-in, you plug it into it, and you do it all yourself. The advances of technology. And if we're not doing the same thing for our students, then shame on us, to advance with what they're doing today, the way they're learning. And so, yes, everybody needs a raise, and we get, say, $40 million, not quite, general fund, 36, 38 million. It would be wonderful if we could spend 100% on that, on salaries like some of our employees have suggested. But then we also need to buy technology, books, supplies too, and maybe a bus every day. So, there's other things that you have to kind of itemize out and know where the critical needs are in that. But you don't supply teachers with the tools they need to teach responsibly and adequately, then we're not doing our job either. And, I'm sorry.
May I make a quick response to that as my comment?
Yes, sir.
Either in the form of getting a question answered, if you do, or request, if it's not that much being dealt with right now. But, NEFAC goes through grants and stuff. Is there any technology grants that they're doing, or if not, as a member of that board, could you kind of, ask them to tighten up a little bit and find some grant monies in that direction?
Well,
That would help all of us.
technology is a hot topic right now, and DOE has chastised us for not spending our textbook allocation on e-books. And, but they don't live in rural communities where you got people who live out that don't have internet connections. And, those parents expect their child to bring home a textbook too. We were allocated $435,000 for books this year. We spent $450,000 already. And so, but we cut back last year, didn't spend $300,000, a little less than $300,000. So we had some catch up to do in that light. But anyway, to answer your question, the governor put out $6 million, the legislature, whoever, Tallahassee put out $6 million last year for rural county technology. We haven't received that money yet. It was to be sent to NEFAC, and then NEFAC distributes it as we have our plans ready. We still haven't got that money. I don't know if NEFAC's got that money. Now they're talking, they first said 40 million this year, in this coming year. Now they're up to 100 million. 100 million won't buy Dade County what they need. It's just still a drop in the bucket to what we need. But we can't get it all, but we certainly can make progress. I don't know if I answered your question.
Close enough.
Thank you. Anybody have anything else? Meeting adjourned. Thank you for coming.